Dice un dicho que para ser un campeón se necesita mucho sacrificio y entrega, pero lo más esencial es creer en uno mismo y decir yo soy campeón. Como dice un dicho, un entrenador enseña lo que sabe y un maestro transmite lo que es. ¿Qué tal, mi gente del Valle Central? Antes de que...
My name is Miguel Garcia, and today I'm going to be interviewing one of my good friends, Nancy Preciado. And Nancy, what do you do?
Well, I'm a sports anchor at a Spanish station here locally in Bakersfield. It's Telemundo Valle Central, and I feel like I'm living my dream job pretty much.
And the reason I decided to interview Nancy today is, Nancy, you always tell people stories, but I feel like nobody has told yours, so that's what I want to do today. So, who is Nancy?
Who is Nancy? Wow. Well, I would have to say that I'm a Mexican-American woman because I'm a woman now, even though it's scary to say. I'm 27 years old. I could literally tell you so much about who I am, but to be honest with you, I consider myself to be hardworking, an educated woman, and I'm very loving.
So, talk to me about, growing up, were there any obstacles on the way to achieving your goal, and how'd you overcome them?
There was plenty of obstacles. I think, as a Latina woman, you're always trying to strive and be successful, but you always have to do a little bit more than what you're asked to do. And I was always the person that will do above and beyond to get where I want to be. And I always did jobs on the side. I worked for Subway, I worked for Chick-fil-A, and as I got older, I started doing internships. I interned for PBS Kids, I interned for the Mountain West Conference, sports in Fresno State, where I used to go, and I covered baseball games, basketball games, and then I started realizing I love sports, and then I got into Telemundo in Fresno. I did promotions for like a couple years, maybe 4 years, and 3 years of those I was a promotion manager for the station at a very young age. I was about 23, 24 years old when I was hired, and it was a big deal for me. It was a big stepping stone because after that job I got into news a little bit with them, and then I jumped on board with Telemundo Bakersfield.
Well, congratulations on that. So my next question is, you're a good friend of mine, and every time I'm out with you, you seem to get recognized, and you're on TV every day, but you never let it get to your head. You're so humble about it. Why?
Well, I feel like I'm a human. I'm not anyone special. People do see me on TV Monday through Friday as Nancy Preciado, the Telemundo host for sports. But if you meet me outside of my job, you will get to know who I am, and I'm such a chill and very like humble person. I'm not over the top because my parents are from Mexico, they're from Jalisco, and I'm very proud of where they came from. And not only that, but my dad would always tell me, never forget where you're from and where you came from. And so when I see like people, that they're like, oh, it's Nancy Preciado, I'm always like, hey, what's up? Like, I treat them like I would treat anyone that I know, like a friend, because I'm flattered that they see my work, but I also want them to see who I am too, which is a very chill Nancy Preciado.
What do you attribute your success for? Where'd you get such an incredible work ethic? I used to work with you. I've seen you come at 4 a.m. Your shift doesn't start till 7. I mean, where do you get it from?
Wow. Well, again, it goes back to my parents. I feel like you can't take life for granted. And I would always tell my friends that when I would see them discouraged, I would tell them, you can't take life for granted. If you really want something, go for it. If someone's hurting you, leave them. If something in your life is not where you want it to be, change it, because you have the power to be and do whatever you want. At the end of the day, if you're not happy, it's your fault because you don't choose to be happy. Everyone chooses to be happy. And I feel like that's something that I always stuck to. And to be honest with you, every day that I work, I feel like it's a blessing because I've always wanted to be an anchor, and now that I'm a sports anchor, which I love sports, and you know that, I get to do it, and for my people, you know, my Hispanics and my parents and my uncles and my family, my friends, they get to see it, and when they tell me, oh, I liked your story, I like this, it makes me feel so fulfilled inside. It makes me want to work harder, and that's why I wake up every morning early and I strive to be more and successful every day.
Now, what's the biggest obstacle you've ever faced in your life?
The biggest obstacle would have to be I had to compete against people who had more experience than me and that were older than me and more wiser about certain things. But you know what? At the end of the day, if you have the personality, if you have that go-getter situation, I feel like nothing can stop you. There won't be obstacles. If it's meant to be for you, it's gonna be for you. And if that job or that person that you want to be with in the long run, whatever, if it's gonna be for you, it's gonna be for you. You know, if you work hard, you know what you have and you know what you're worth, you'll complete and you'll be able to accomplish what you want to be.
So what would Nancy Preciado say to that little girl or young man that one day wants to be on TV but isn't sure if they can do it?
I would honestly tell them to continue to dream, because it doesn't hurt to dream. I feel like having a dream helps you get to where you want to be. If it's either a clothing designer, if it's either a shoemaker, to be a reporter, an actor, a singer, whatever you want to be, you could become that. You just have to find the right people and the right tools to get there. And I feel like to never lose hope, because once you lose hope, you're gonna lose sight of what you really want and what you really want to be in life. And I feel like no one should lose that ever. And to just continue to have hope.
Absolutely. And you know, the news industry is so very competitive, and we all know that. What sets you apart from everybody else?
Well, you know what? It is competitive, but I don't feel like I'm nothing special than any other person who applies to do my job or to do anything else, to be a reporter. I feel like you just have to be you. If you're not you, then you're pretending to be someone you're not, and that will reflect and that will show. And you want people to see you as a genuine person, and a person that is actually not fake, as they call it, you know, because you could be one person on the screen, you could be another person behind the screen, you know. And I feel like what sets me apart is because I'm just being me, pretty much.
So every day in the morning when you wake up, what drives you?
What drives me is where I want to be. I want to continue to grow. I feel like I haven't reached my full potential, and I'm continuously growing in this career field, but I feel like there's so much more that I could do and give, and I know that this is just the beginning and there's going to be more ahead, and I'm very looking forward to see what's in store for me, what's in store for my future. But I know that having the right people in my life will help me get there.
Absolutely. And so, who do you look up to?
Who do I look up to? I look up to my mother, because she has always worked so hard to help me become who I am today. You know, I thank her for giving me the tools and the support to become Nancy Preciado, the Telemundo sports anchor. You know, thanks to her and her hard work and coming here at the age of 17 in 1975, you know, and building a home for me and my sisters was the biggest blessing I could ever ask for. And thanks to her, I am going to continue to strive and perfect myself in every way possible, personally and professionally.
And you will. What's a message that you want to get across?
The message that I want to get across is, you know, if you want to be someone in life, you should continue to go for what you want. And there's going to be plenty of people that are going to tell you, you're not good enough, you don't speak the perfect Spanish, or your English is too rough, or, you know, you're not thin enough, or you're, I don't know, too pale or too dark, whatever it is, you know, of the excuses that they might give you that you won't be successful in anything that you will do. Block all those negativity things out, because at the end of the day, you're the one, like I said, that's gonna make that future become as successful and as bright as you want it to become.
Very well said. Wow. Is there anything that I didn't ask you that you'd like to add?
I just hope that if whoever sees this interview will analyze it and realize what they really wanted to do in life and say, you know what, she's right. I'm stopping myself from doing what I want to do, and I shouldn't do that, and I need to go for it. I don't care who says I can't do it, I'm gonna do it.
Nancy, thank you very much. You are the best.